Afternoon everyone, Ian from DIY Home and Gardening, 15th of October. Time for that mid-monthly roundup. So let's turn the camera around and have a little look. Okay, so very much it's a case of as many beds starting to empty as to fill up. So pumpkins obviously long gone, which brings us to this bed as the first with something in it. Still plenty of beetroot, although you can see that the leaves are telling you that it's time to harvest the last of those. Got last of self-blanching celery there, green Utah there. The leeks have made some decent sizing and will be good for pulling from now really, but I'd like to try and hang on a bit more if I can, just to ensure I get some good sizing. So I pruned back the fennel really to try and encourage the bulbs to the base to get a bit more size and vigour, and you can see that they're starting to sprout and rejuvenate a little bit, which I suppose it depends what the winter does as to how these perform. You know, will they keel over if it's too cold, or will they stay for next year and bulk up to give some proper size into the bulbs themselves. So that block there, they're the swede, definitely been eaten by cabbage, by the cabbage caterpillar, as you can see there. These are Bulgarian leeks, looking very spindly. Again, hope that they'll be hardy enough really to go through the winter, try and make up some size in the spring. So despite what that base looks like, these are beetroot grown for the foliage rather than for the base. So this is bull's blood, so using the leaves to eat rather than the base itself. Got the odd dahlia that's blown in terms of flower, but certainly loads of colour there. I've been picking quite a lot, cutting quite a lot for home, neighbours and also other passers-by of the allotment. We're middle of October, and these will keep going until the frosts get really hard, to be honest. So probably about another 3 or 4 weeks worth of flowers on these. And it's only now that the colder temperatures have started and the change in the daylight lengths that the dahlias start making good sized tubers. So don't be tempted to dig them out is basically the thing. So these two beds here, first of the essentially rejuvenated beds, where we've had a year of prolonged wet. Some of the thinner posts that I'd used to secure the beds with had rotted, given way and caused the beds to come out of alignment. So what I've done is I've put in some 2x2, 3x2 timbers into the corners and at the fixing joints to hold the beds nice and square, levelled them up, and also taken the opportunity to move them that way. So the plan is to square all the beds up along that way, 50 centimetres off the fence line. The reason it's that distance is because the sheep can't seem to reach that far, but it gives me scope for an idea that I've got for spring. So within this bed is the garlic. So this lot here are hardneck garlics. Nothing in this section as yet, and then that lot there are softneck garlics. I've got 15 varieties growing in here. video done, will be out on how I'm planting or how I've planted the garlics and the types. But basically I've cut back on the amount of rows of each variety, so I've got 15 varieties but just 2 rows of each one, with a gap in the middle that's hopefully going to act as a bit of a break from movement of rust. So last year I noticed that the rust started with the hard necks and then kind of travelled through the bed to the soft necks. So what I thought I'd do in that gap there is put something totally different from a garlic allium family that hopefully will slow it down. Then within this bed here I've got onions, so 3 types of onion in here: Autumn Champion, Winter Red, and then Sensu Yellow. So that's those. This bed here, salvia is still going really strong. The Consuela tomato, absolutely stacked, still coming on. I've mulched around these leeks, again with a thought or a hope that they will go through the winter and give early spring, late winter cropping of leeks. That's my intentions or hopes anyway. You can see the artichoke has rebounded really quickly. I'm not planning to keep it, not in this location, so I will need to dig that out fairly soon before it takes hold too much. But again, it just shows how mild it's been, the fact that it's put on nearly 18 inches, 2 foot of growth in what should be a period of dormancy. So we got the rhubarb and whatnot still doing its thing, and the sunflower, whilst the main head is now showing some good signs of dryness and drying out, there's all these little flowers have developed. This is well, a bed to be worked on. Again, a few tomatoes still remain on this conchulu. Carrots there, hopefully they come good before winter. The last of the trombatinos, which just leave him to ripen up to get some seed from, should I want it. Dahlias, again, just loads of flower. They always come good this time of year, but they do need a bit of a dead head as well. And then this is the cabbage. Again, you can just see there's loads of cabbage caterpillars on these, which have been a right pain. So it's sort of every visit, just picking them off and discard them, to be honest. Not spraying, so they haven't got much longer, and then the cold will get them or they do something. Perpetual spinach, looking good still. So we did use up a hell of a lot of it, but just feels as though we can't get on top. Elephant garlic bed, you can see they're coming up quite quickly already. These ones with the white to them, well, they were actually covered by this mound of manure, so yeah, had to uncover those. But I need to pick the last of these radishes really, because you can see the garlic's coming through and I want to get it mulched, getting more caterpillar. It's just been really prevalent this autumn. Chard looking very big, so we've used a fair amount, but yeah, they're now starting to go over a little bit as the wetter weather comes in. Orac, full of seed on this one, nicely ripening seed on that one. These are the rainbow, or the last of the disco beetroot as it is, and then Egyptian walking onions, giving it a bloody good weed, and to be honest, it needs some more compost putting around to sort of cover the bulbs properly. And then Kale Cavolo Nero, again looking really strong, but loads of caterpillar. Keep pulling them off these, but they are really good glossy leaves at this moment in time. So I just use some of the old manure to mulch around the Welsh onions, and then under here are shallots, which are those, some of them coming up already. And this variety is Germore, which is the new one that I got this year. So that is that. Compost bin looking nice and full, and really that's how things are looking for the mid-October update. Thought I'd just show you back at the house. So we've got second of the largest pumpkins there, squash, zombie pumpkins, more pumpkins, all the butternut squash there, including the massive one. Still got a few potatoes left in there. So then these are all the garlic that I've got left that I haven't planted, obviously. So we'll work our way through some of those and selling some. They're the yucca, and let's show you what's happening outside. Essentially, the answer is nothing. All the chilies, tomatoes gone. Got a few strawberries, amazingly, still left on the tower. And I'll show you where the chilies are. So the chilies are in here, but we got one remaining Japanese cucumber, turmeric, still haven't planted those up. Got the ginger there, Camellia sinensis, so that's the tea camellia. Lemons still coming on the lemon tree. A few peppers that I'm overwintering. The narangillas. We've had one of the smaller fruits. There's one more on there that's close to being ripe, and you can probably see. So we harvested all the chilies. So that's all the chilies, sweet peppers we've got indoors. Obviously the fig that's now going into dormancy. Christmas potatoes doing nicely, and essentially that is it. So that is it. That's the mid-October roundup done. I reckon by the time we get to the November one, there'll be nothing at the house to see, and well, I suppose we've got another 2 weeks. There'll be a bit of movement at the allotment, but let's see what happens. Yeah, so roundup done. If you've got any questions, messages, please send them to me. If you like what I'm doing in this video or others, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so you don't miss out on the future videos that I do. And above all else, just enjoy yourself, have fun, and till next time, bye for now.